Go.
Talk about the
Go.
show?
What we got?
So, what do you know so far about what's coming up?
Everything.
What are we doing this year?
Everything. I know everything.
Then tell us everything.
Then we'll start there. Actually, okay, we'll start with you. Okay, so Opie really kind of, like he's not part of the Suns anymore. He's decided he's out. So kind of where do we pick up with him?
Still grieving the death of his father and
Right.
coming to terms with the club and where he fits in or does his game. And, the first couple episodes, we'll see where that ends up.
Opie's getting a new love interest this season, and after everything that isn't he getting that girl? The girl, the Disney girl.
There's a spoiler out there about Len's daughter.
Oh, yeah.
I can't say anything.
Well, I hope it works out
Why
better
are
than
you
the last
ruining
one.
it for me?
I'm sorry.
He was about to tell me. Okay, so let's turn it around here. So Opie went through a lot through his relationship last season. Do you think that he will be ready to take on a new relationship this season?
In general terms, in the big possible terms.
Possibly. Oh my God. There you go.
Okay, nothing.
Yeah.
You're gonna
There's
get snipers, there's grenades in our pants. Things
Okay.
could just explode.
All right, so let's talk about Tig then. How is this going to be with his dynamic? Because his first, his first loyalty, is now kind of changed.
Tig's really off the leash now. He's completely off the leash.
That's kind of scary to hear.
The leash was really with Perlman the first couple of seasons, and then Ron started to sort of, Clay started to lie to Tig, and Tig wasn't sure where he was going last year, and now his loyalty to the club and to Jax. He's literally off the leash. And the way it ended last year with, accidentally, why do I always kill the wrong girl? I mean, seriously.
Some people date the wrong girl.
You
can
can
date
like
Opie's sitting right at the table.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, that's the Sutter writing thing, And,
Right.
and so I think this season is going to be pretty dramatic for Tig, pretty upsetting for Tig, and a lot of shit goes down.
Yeah, so how is that going to work? Because I guess is it Harold Perlman is coming into play?
Yeah, to play Pope.
Yeah.
Can you say much about anything?
No,
You can tell
can't
us
say
everything.
anything.
Yeah, you can tell us everything. We won't
Yeah,
tell
no,
anyone.
I-
Just ignore the
under the
recordings.
table. Can't say anything.
It's just going to be very dramatic. That's all I can say.
Okay, and what about, are there any scenes between Tig and Gemma? Because they have a really interesting kind of friendship dynamic.
I do rest my head on her lap in a scene in the second episode. Yes, I did.
Well done.
And she caresses my hair. I won't tell you why. Yeah.
I don't think we need
Don't
to
let
excuse this
anybody
also.
touch your
I've been
No one
trying
touches
for
my
5 years.
I mean, look at this mom. I mean, no one touches my
They gave me
hair.
off
Even the
that
hair
good
girls
for a
don't touch
reason.
my hair.
Theo, the character development for you last year was amazing. I think that it was some of your best acting that I've seen.
He was all right.
Where are we going to see him this season?
I mean, just, the stories, the show's so filled with secrets. Everybody has these massive secrets. And this was just another character's, secrets that he has to bear and this cross that he has to bear. And I think he's so confused. We say Tig's off the leash and, Opie left and wasn't at the table. And it's like with Juice, he's there, but he's hiding this huge thing of killing Miles and working with the ATF. And, at one point or another, because we are on the other side of the mountain, like he says, a lot of things are going to get resolved. So I think it's just about secrets and what comes out and what doesn't. And this is a guy who's so confused at this point. So he's super vulnerable to anything that can happen. Because he wants to go back to being that fun-loving guy, but at the same time, it's like the clown who's crying on the inside because he has so many crazy shit that's going on.
Look at you coming up with an analogy about clown crying.
So, are there going to be like
Count
implications?
how many times you use that today.
That was my first one. That was my first one.
Well, yeah, but this is your first interview too.
I have another, No, that's my first one in all the interviews the last 3 years. But no, also, and I did have said this, what's different about this season than anything, and it'll eventually come up, is this is the first time we're looking at the show through a different lens. It's always been Clay at the head of the table.
Right.
It's always been him as Sergeant at Arms. It's always been Jax and Opie there. It's always been Juice, being the lapdog. It's always been Happy as the killer. Piney. So now we're really looking at this show through a whole different way.
When you come in the chapel and you sit down at the chapel the first time this year, without him at the table,
Right.
Ron's he wasn't even at the table the first couple. Now he is sitting where
Don't
Opie
say
is.
much.
Right.
And then Jack's up there. It's
And
just
no
weird.
Piney and
It's
just
weird.
Things away.
Yeah.
It's just it's just weird. I can't tell you how weird it is.
I don't think it's a secret.
It's just weird. It's just completely
Yeah,
different.
it's just different. So it feels different, and,
Yeah.
and every character feels different, which
That's
fuels with what every character feels. And just every episode, it's like, okay, here we go. So it's and again, we're on the other side of that mountain. We are starting to see, the resolve.
So can you talk about like any of the repercussions from last year from killing Maz? I mean, is he still kind of going through that kind of emotional journey, or are there going to be like real world
I think I
implications?
cried in every single scene.
I know.
Last year at one
But
point.
you did it
I
well,
feel like I
so-
cried every episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm crying right now, and you can't
On
see
the
it. My
inside,
tears
yeah.
are inverted on the inside. No, I think that yeah, definitely stuff happens, and he gets caught in this moment of still being that goofy like Juice back to season 1, dunking his balls in my mouth. Let's go get the Dobermans
My
with
balls
Craig.
in your mouth.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was talking about last night.
Uh-huh.
That makes it better. Like
It does. Makes it way better.
clarification.
Certainly
Much
for
better.
me.
Yeah.
It's my balls.
Certainly for me.
So yeah, I mean, listen, the greatest thing about this show and the greatest thing about this season, it's another season where we can work together and be together. Because, like I said, and it was proven again last night at one of these ridiculous Hollywood parties, a lot of these shows, these people don't even talk to each other.
Right.
They don't walk in together, they don't hang out together, they don't do anything. And we not just like hang out and love each other, we like live, bleed, work together. And I know people say that and they like make all that bullshit thing, but it's a lie. Because I saw it again last night, which is why we lasted 15 minutes at the party. Because we hang out together,
Right.
and we like being together, and we respect each other. We love each other's work. These are my 2 favorite characters on the show. I won't say that if I'm at another table with other guys. These truly are. And it is because they're the most complex, the most interesting with a lot of things going on. And we all feel that way about each other. So it's Kurt. It's such an ode to Kurt and what he's done. He's created all these character actors and put them together.
And now-
it's incredible.
And now, Kurt says this himself, we're on the way to finishing up this series now. Right? We have 2 or 3 seasons left, and now he needs to wrap it up. And it's really weird. I mean, we're already...
Enjoy the moment.
We're almost halfway done shooting the season. I mean, where's the time going? It's just, what the hell? We wait 6 months, we do our movies, we do things, and then finally we're starting to work, and we're already halfway through. So there's no time to waste. I mean,
You
Sutter's
guys will
just...
forget all about us sooner than later.
Yeah, rapid fire with this stuff. It's
I'll be
crazy.
here playing like some kind of weird unicorn on the CW
Transvestite
show, and
something.
Yeah,
I'll be
but,
like,
but you'll still have been part of this, so you can still
Yeah,
have that
that's right.
on your CV.
That's right.
Years into the show, what are you learning about the character still? What is still surprising you about Opie and Juice?
Oh, you answer that.
As the seasons have gone on, and you get to sort of invent more stuff, and then stuff comes through writing and stuff like that. And it's funny as you kind of look back at stuff that started at the very beginning. But I think for Opie, it's more so that there's a resolve that's very sort of reminiscent of that is just sort of once you see all the stuff that he's been through, this stoicness that comes through, that you're like, wow, that's unshakable shit. That's what I've been most interested in. How you can go through so much and still function at all.
it's amazing. Is this me? What have I learned about the character? I mean, last year I learned everything about the character. I've always had these notions of what Juice was, and kind of like this, like I said, the newest guy in the club, and this lapdog, like funny, do anything they say, trying to get close to Tig, trying to get close to Clay, really kind of on a better level with, Opie and Jax because of the age difference, and just had like this kind of thing. And then to be put in that position, what I think I found was his loyalty as a character. He's so absolutely loyal, and he's loyal to a fault because he put a lot of people in really bad positions due to that loyalty. But at the end of the day, he doesn't feel like that. He just wants everybody to be okay, which is, sometimes, art imitates life, and that's the way it is. As me as a person, I want to do that too. And it's funny because Kurt just brings this out in writing, and So this year is now another morphine of that character. Every script I learn more and more. So it's great.
And for me, it's really become about it's about the brotherhood. No matter what Tig does, and again, we have Kurt is open to ideas, but this is his story with all those amazing writers. This is his deal. I've never been a starring regular on a television show before. I'm a movie guy you read the movie, you want to do the movie, then you do your movies, and that's what it is. This, you find out new stuff all the time. And Tig continues to fuck up at times. And it's out of loyalty, but he fucks up. But what doesn't break is, no matter what Chibs feels about him, or what he certainly feels about me in the past with Clay and all that, the brotherhood remains of the Sons of Anarchy. It remains a brotherhood. And that's what's still amazing to me. That none of us get kicked out, or there's issues, but it remains when the cut's on, we're brothers. Stuff has happened. We'll resolve it. We're brothers. We might punch each other in the face a few times, but that's what still is a surprise to me, is we remain sons the entire time.
You guys
I gotta rotate. Sorry, guys.
Thank you.